If you're trying to get rich investing in stocks, you're scamming yourself big time, in my opinion. This is why. So everyone knows that most millionaires are made via real estate. Let me just break down the maths on this. If you get in on a 350 grand property with 10%, that's 35 grand. Let's say 5% closing costs. So call it 55 grand total invested. You obviously borrow the rest from the bank. So for you to just double your money that you put into the deal and have 110 grand equity, you only need the price to increase by 22%, which is 75 grand. In the right market, that's doable in 2 years. But if you to double your money that you put into stocks, you need 100% gain, which typically you need to wait a decade for. And with stocks, you can't access the equity, so you need to sell them to access your money. Whereas if with real estate, you can redraw the equity out. You can use that 80% of that 75 grand, maybe 90% if you want to pay mortgage insurance, to put into another deal. So you can then buy another property, and that's basically the Ponzi scheme of real estate in most first world countries: America, Australia, New Zealand, England, United Kingdom. The politicians are incentivized to keep the prices going up. So the game is already rigged to win. Yeah, you might get a GFC occasionally, that you just don't take on more debt than you can handle, right? Buy properties that pay for themselves, but like the rent pays for they wash their own face basically, they pay for themselves with the rent. I think it's a no-brainer. That's what I've done. I used to have 30 grand in stocks and made like 3 grand in like 3 years. I tried to pick out stocks myself. But even if I invested in Vanguard, what was I going to get? Not much compared to property. Something to think about.